Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the please. Running up the score like Tyreek.
Well, what do we have here? This is the UU1200 from ZOOZ. They just launched it. If you guys don't know, I've got an 1100 we're doing a little bit more of a long-term review on, but the ZOOZ guys met me out here in beautiful Brent, Texas, and we're faced with the 1200. Now, what's different about it? Well, the main thing is gonna be we've got suspension up here in the front, fully adjustable. This is an air fork, so no springs, nothing too heavy up here. Nice, light, reliable air suspension in the front, and then we've got rear suspension back here, which is new to the ZOOZ platform. You can adjust, dampening, rebound on here, which is super dope. These are the stiffer springs. They do ship with a soft spring that you can also install if you want to, but the bike that we're looking at today has got the stiff springs on it. Other than that, there are a couple of other things. These fenders are new. This is a custom design. As you can see, it fits the frame like that. You can almost not even see this front one unless you look at it at the right angle. Now, these particular ones that we're using, these are prototype fenders. The new ones are a little bit nicer, a little bit more durable, but the shape and sort of the overall vibe is going to be the same. The other thing that's a little bit different is the frame is extended up here, so they pushed this back further than on the UU1100, and when I get back to the house, we can put them side by side and look at those, and that might be in a separate video, might be in this review. Who knows? Who knows what the future is going to hold? And then we have got a little bit of a longer seat as well. That is another one of the differences. The other difference is going to be these tires. So these tires are Kevlar lined. I was talking with some of the techs over there. They said they've tried to go downstairs, they've tried to hop off things, run it over broken glass, stick stones, all that sort of stuff, and they have not had a puncture yet, which is pretty cool. These are 24 by 3.2 inch tires, and one of the main differences between this and the other one, with as far as the tires go, is the puncture protection. We've got a little bit more grip and the size. So these are, they're just bigger and beefier, but they don't look exactly like fat tires, and that's kind of one of my favorite things about the 3.2 inch range is you get a lot of the benefits of having a fat tire. There's more suspension built into it, not real suspension, but there's more air in there, allowing you to cushion a little bit of that ride feel, but you don't lose out on the bike feel. And if you've ever ridden, a regular bike, and then if you've ridden a fat tire bike, you know the difference. A fat tire bike, it's a really wide platform, which is nice. You get extra grip, extra cushion, but you do lose a little bit of that bike feel to it. There's a little bit more of a lean in the ride feel. And so 3-inch tires are actually my favorite, so I'm super stoked that they went with this one. And the other things we can see right off the bat, we've got hydraulic brakes. We've got 203 rotors on here instead of 180s or 160s, which is super dope. They're just massive, and the braking on here is pretty phenomenal. I had to do a little bit of riding earlier. I rode up this hill, and we'll do that in a little bit. And even coming down, I'm going 35 plus miles an hour, and the brakes are just awesome. So big fan of those already. So that's basically my initial impression. I've put about 5 or 6 miles on it so far, and it's pretty much everything you'd want the ZOOZ platform to be, right? They have all of the things that everybody likes about the older ones, except for now we've got full suspension and a little bit of a taller frame. And one of the things that's interesting about that is the seat post is actually a little bit taller as well. So the ride feel here, if you're going to be riding this like a traditional bike, you're going to be doing some pedaling, etc., then it feels a lot better because you're up a little bit higher. You get a better, a better pedal geometry. And I am, 5'10", 220, and so just to give you an idea of, my perception, that's who it's coming from. It's coming from Mitch. That's me. And like I said, that is going to do it for my initial impression of the 1200. Let's go ahead and take it for a spin. There's a couple hills we can do some hill testing on over here. A little bit further than that, there is a skate park. So we'll see if we can do some jumps. And also there's like this little knoll right here, and you can get some good speed going down there, and might do some testing over there too. So stay tuned and let's dive in and see what the ZOOZ is all about. All right, guys, we are out here for the ride test, still hanging out in Brent, Texas. And let's go ahead and just start with that hill right there. That is a good first indication of how this thing is gonna ride. Now we do have this thing unlocked, so we're able to get some pretty high speeds. I'm doing throttle only right now. We're already at 20 miles an hour, so let's see how she handles this hill. Now this hill is actually the finishing hill for the Brent half marathon. And I can only imagine running, you know, basically 12.5 miles and then having to go up this steep hill at the end. It just is kind of deceptive because it goes up, kind of flattens out a little bit, but then it keeps going all the way up to that stoplight, if you guys can see it. So right now we're going 24, 23. My rock form mount doesn't fit quite right, but this thing's not struggling at all. It's going 23 miles an hour pretty consistently. It's going back and forth between 23, 24, and as it starts to level up, we'll start to get some more speed out of it. Now, I've got some things I want to do this way, so we'll come back here, we'll probably end the ride test with that giant hill, so that'll be a good way to end it. Going 35, 36 miles an hour, as quick as we can, basically. So let's see, we're gonna start merging with traffic up here, and we're golden. Yeah, the mount doesn't fit quite right. Might take that off. Might be a little distracting. So we're going 30, 31. Like nothing. It's funny, when you start going that fast, it's hard to tell if it's windy or if that's just me pushing up against the air. Let's go ahead and pull in here real quick. I'll take that mount off and then get back to business. But yeah, that hill, it handled it like nothing. All right, let's get back to it. A little turnaround here. Now, as we talked about sort of in our initial overview of the bike, we do have really good nimbleness with the 3-inch tires. They are definitely my favorite size, and these tires might be making their way into my favorite tire of all time right now. Got the Kevlar lining. They look pretty slick. I think the only downside to them so far is we don't have any, sidewall reflective stripes, and that's just more of a safety thing. But if you don't plan on doing, any night riding, then that wouldn't really matter. Let's go ahead and just keep up with the traffic here. The speed limit's 35, so we're able to do that pretty good. I was talking with Chris over there at ZOOZ, and he was saying the way to get the top speed on the 1100 and 1200 is basically to, pedal, give it 7 or 8 good cranks, and then start throttling. So far, I found that to be the most effective way to get up to top speed. Yeah, we cruising like this for a while. Now, I'm going to pop in here to this skate park real quick, and we'll do some skate parking. One of the nice things I love about, just so far in just the little riding I've done, about the full suspension is hopping up a curb is nothing. Just pop up here, ba-boom, ba-boom. This is the skate park, guys. This is where we come to play. Now earlier, I came this way. I hit that jump on the far right side. Didn't realize it drops into this little dude right here, but I made it. Didn't scrape the frame or anything, so plenty of clearance in case you get yourself into a sticky situation. Let's go ahead and just do a little hopping around. Take off this backpack and get some other views of this. Hey, giants up here, gentlemen. All right, so we just hit up the skate park. This was probably my favorite. Kind of able to hit this at a little bit of an angle, kind of ride the whole thing. Got a nice little ramp at the bottom. That was a lot of fun. Then we hit the little kicker over there, and by golly, what a good time. Something we should do while we're out here is let's go ahead and get the ZOOZ up here and just kind of ride off and see how that suspension treats us. Yes, that's a combination of you and me. No, you and us. Yes, treats yes. Now, if I was a better bike rider, I could probably get this thing to pop up here. I've seen people do some crazy stuff on the ZOOZs, but I don't want to call the ZOOZ guys and be like, hey, sorry, but the demo unit you let me borrow is out of commission. So let's go ahead and just ride off it. Oh yeah, that's too easy. You didn't have to look at my junk that time. Well, say goodbye to the skate park for now. Go ahead and pop off this curve here. Woo! Something about riding on a full suspension is just a good time. I'm seeing a little something over there too. I'm gonna go investigate this across the street here. See if there's anything fun to play with over here. Not really. No, that's a drop. That's a friggin' drop. Some stairs. I'm gonna do some drops and some stairs. That'd be a good part of the review. Not a really good. I'd have to hop over that curb and then hit the stairs. We'll find us some stairs here in a little bit. But let's continue the ride test. As I mentioned, the braking here is just so dope. 203 millimeter rotors, hydraulic brakes. Such control. Punch control, fast stopping. All right, and we are back in traffic, getting up to speed here. I can tell there's not a whole lot of, oh, that would be sick. I can tell there's not a whole lot of e-bikers out here in Brenham because, yeah, everybody looks at me. A little bit longer than Houston. Not much longer, but a little bit. All right. I'm on the lookout for some stairs now. There's a cool part of Brenham over here, sort of like an old town, more of a classic Texas looking spot, so I figured that'd be a good spot to tote the bike around, see what we can find over there. But my head is on a swivel, looking for that staircase. Don't see anything yet. Although it'd be funny if I'm watching this back and there's just stairs left and right that I'm missing. We'll see. Is this straight only? Straight only. All right. Now that's a good drop. I need to find something that's not on the main street. It's kind of a drop. So this is sort of Old Town Brenham, as far as I know. Anybody's watching this from Brenham, they're like, that's not Old Town. I don't know, guys. To me, it's old. It's a town, not a stop sign for me. Still on the lookout for some stairs or a big drop. You can find out where this suspension bottoms out at. One way this way. Man, this thing is just a ton of fun to ride around. Let's see. Ooh, what is that? I just said there's not that many e-bikes out here, and I just come across one. What is that? Ooh, a mod bikes. They're out of Austin. They got some cooler, older, vintagey looking stuff. Mod bikes, if you guys are watching this, love to review one of your bikes. Feel free to send me up there. I'm only 2.5 hours away, so. Man, oh man. Looking for some terrain changes where it might make more sense to put in a staircase or a drop or something. There's some train tracks. That's kind of fun. Maybe we could jump that. Nah. Doing a little gravel and off-roading. This is old town. They don't even have streets over here. But I think these are active railroads, so best not to jump too much. All right, let's head back up and see what we can find here. That's a pretty decent drop. Cars coming the other way, so we can be safe when we do it. What the heck? Let's hit it and get it. Oh yeah. You tighten this down a little bit. Let's try that again. Yeah, that's about a 1.5-foot drop right there. And I didn't land flat, kind of landed back tire first. And that seemed to feel pretty good to me. All right. Let's hit it. Oh yeah. Too easy, man. I love the full suspension feel on this frame. That is pretty sweet. It's a narrow sidewalk over here. I have to hit a drop, not even want to. But again, we got all that nimbleness to really dive around and do some stuff. Oh, I thought that was a drop. I was like, whoa, I'm going a little slow for that one. So something we should try while we're over here, we've been just going around top speed, and you know, for most of you people that are looking to purchase one of these, that's probably one of the main factors in you purchasing a bike or not. But look at this. Oh, that's down. Oh, that's up. So we're in pedal assist level 0. The throttle still works, but we're not going to get any assistance from the motor in pedal assist. Let's go ahead and pedal this around. It is a little bit tough to get going, but it feels like having the full suspension helps quite a bit in kind of getting a good pedal cadence. Because they've pushed that seat back a little bit, you're really able to get a much better pedal geometry than you do on the 1100. So if you're somebody that wants to do a lot of pedaling, especially if you're a little bit taller, so like I said, I'm 5'10", and this is, I mean, probably an inch, maybe an inch and a half of being pretty much perfect for pedal geometry. And now we're just coasting. But the pedal experience here is it's a lot more conducive to actually pedaling than on the 1100 that I have back at the house. What's up here? Let's go this way. Let's go see what's happening up this way. I'm gonna use the throttle because, well, it's hot as heck out here, and not looking to get all the sweat out too early. I mean, I think it's like 8:30. It's already like 90-something degrees. It's pretty crazy. Let's stop. There's a garage sale, but not today. What is today? Thursday? No, today's Friday. I don't even know what day it is. Let's go ahead and curve down here. We'll get back on the main strip and we can keep on cruising. Oh yeah. I mean, that's not a crazy hill, and still just going, 30 plus miles an hour like it's nothing. And of course, having the brakes to slow down and be safe with it. Now, the thing that I like about these brakes is they're not too touchy to where, you know, you're gonna skid out every time. But if you want to skid out, you can easily do that. And I will demonstrate that right now. So just kind of cruising, do back brake only here. Yeah, I'm going fairly slow. Still able to skid out on it. It is, it's just such a fun riding experience. I don't really know how else to convey the pure joy that riding this thing around has brought me this morning. It's an excellent way to spend your Friday. I think it's Friday, yeah. Just hanging out, cruising. I'm gonna take a left here. I saw something back over this way. This is turning into a Explore Brenham video a little bit, I think. So if you guys want to know, hey, where's the town where all the bluebells made? That's this, Brent, Texas. Oh, there's a water tower right there. Sweet. Okay, so I saw a little baseball joint down here. There's a lot of baseball fields here, folks. Take baseball pretty seriously here in Texas. All right, no bikes in the trails, folks. No bikes in the trails, which kind of sucks around here because there are some really cool trails in a lot of these parks that go around over here. But they're forcing us to stay on the road. It's the baseball capital of Texas. I know that. Yeah, I gotta check the battery. I don't know how that's doing. Pretty low. So these roads, at least this road that I'm on right now, it's got a lot of bumps and cracks and stuff, which on the 1100 I would probably feel a little bit more, but here, you really just don't feel them. Okay. Up that little hill, cruising. Let's see, I think I'll pop down here, and then we're gonna go up a little bit of a hill over here, and then we're going to make our way back to that last, well, I guess it's the first hill we climbed, right there in the beginning. And the Flex did not budge, just kept on cruising. My watch says, it looks like you're working out. Are you on a bike ride right now? And while I am on a bike ride, I wouldn't call this working out per se, because I'm just doing this basically the whole time. Now this hill is not quite as steep on this side. Is that a, no, that's a pretty big curve. I was wondering if we could drop off that. We're cruising. All right, about to hit the top of this hill here, and we're gonna get in our speed run. It's probably the quickest we're gonna go today. Let's do it. We got 29, 30. 30, 31, about to hit the downslope here. And we are on our last bar here. When we started, I don't think it was fully charged, and we put 6-7 miles on it before we even started recording anything, so I think you put a solid 20 plus miles on it already. Most of it was just high speed. So 32. Well, this morning I got it going 35 when I was coming back from Wally World, so that's pretty sweet. And if this truck allows us, yeah, boy, we'll hit this jump. First person perspective, baby. Woo! Woo! Sorry folks, hide your kids' eyes there. Well guys, that is gonna do it for our initial testing, ride test, mess around on the Flex. We're gonna do a little bit more reviewing, talk about some of the specs. I also really want to compare this to the 1100 because I feel like that's going to be a question a lot of you have. Like, why would I spend more money to get this than the 1100? And I don't know, if it's in your budget and you could buy, you know, both of those, so far, I think the 1200 has my recommendation. I don't know what accent that is. Yeah, because it's just having the full suspension and still all of the ZOOZ qualities that, you know, the reason we like ZOOZ in the first place. It's pretty awesome. And even as I was, you know, riding the 1100 around, I was like, man, this just had some suspension, because it is a little bit of a stiffer ride feel. Now, if you threw the 3-inch tires on the 1100, that would be interesting. I don't know if there's space for that, but if you could pull that off, that might be pretty interesting. You know, lower down the PSI a little bit if you're looking for a smooth ride, or, you know, you pony up the extra money and get the 1200 Flex full suspension. Beauty see before you. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me as we're just hanging around Brent, seeing how the ice cream gets made. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
Let's go. Chick so bad she never met Santa.
She bad.
Yeah, I don't even care, I never had manners.
No way.
Yeah, been a couple years, yeah, I must have standard.
I do.
Hey, sit while you rap, cause you just can't stand. Yeah, into my head, like you gave me danger. I go in and the girls go crazy.
That's crazy.